Videos and films come in all different styles, formats, and lengths, but one thing almost all of them have in common is that they use some editing. That is, ways of transitioning between scenes or shots. Some edits are very obvious, and some are not so obvious. Here are 13 editing types that you need to know. The standard cut is the most basic cut you can do. It connects two clips together, the end frame of one and the beginning frame of the next. A jump cut gets its name due to how it jumps the scene in time. It's usually done within the same frame or composition. A montage is an editing technique that can signify the passage of time, a flashback, or an artistic compilation of imagery, often underscored with music. Dissolving between the clips can signify a passage of time, or it can use the overlapping layers or dissolves to show multiple stories or scenes happening at once, but shot at different times. It's not typically used for normal edits, so use only when it's motivated. Wipe away one clip and reveal the next, usually with a digital transition. There are basic wipes like in Star Wars, diagonal, side to side, and there are more complex wipes and transitions. This is pretty straightforward. You fade out one clip and you fade in the other. This usually implies a passage of time, so don't use it for standard cuts, but it works well for night to day switch or someone falling asleep. J and L cuts get their names because of the way they're laid out on an editing timeline. An L cut is used when audio from clip A continues when clip B's video comes in. The J cut is the opposite. Audio from clip B comes in when we're still seeing clip A. Interviews are almost always edited with J and L cuts, for example. Cutting at the point of action is standard practice for editors, because that's what a viewer's eyes and brains are naturally expecting. Whenever the action is happening, we expect to see the edit take place to either draw us in or create another angle. Cutaways are typically insert shots that take viewers away from the main characters or action. They give extra context to the scene, can create more tension and foreshadowing, or give an interesting juxtaposition. Cutting between two different scenes that are happening at the same time in different places is when you want to use cross-cutting or parallel editing. It can add tension, excitement, or give a comparison between two characters' experiences. A match cut is an edit that gives a context and continuity to the scene and pushes it in a certain direction without disorienting the viewer, while keeping the composition, word, or the action matched between the two clips. The most famous examples are 2001: A Space Odyssey and Lawrence of Arabia, but it's still a very common technique. If you've got a loud scene that immediately goes to a quiet scene, or vice versa, this is where you'd use the smash cut. Use it when you're transitioning between two completely different scenes, emotions, or narratives, and you intend to make an abrupt transition. The goal of invisible cuts is to keep the shot looking like one continuous take, or creatively move between the scenes. Birdman, Gravity, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and others have used these cuts incredibly well. Whip pans work to blur the edit, as does filling the screen with a solid color or foreground object to use at your edit point. Although these are listed as individual editing tips, you can combine them in any way that you want, as long as it makes sense. Try dissolving match cuts, smash cut to an L cut, cross cut between two montages, or more. The point is to learn these basic techniques first, and then you can start experimenting and get more creative. If you want to see more videos, go ahead and subscribe below. Or you can read the Pond5 blog for tons of other filmmaking tips. And go ahead and check out pond5.com if you want some video content to edit yourself.